Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Steve and I met when I got my first full-time job covering sports at a local newspaper.
I was coaching tennis, and I knew I had a great player, and I called the paper to get their tennis reporter out there, and they sent out a rookie reporter. We are looking at homes tomorrow, so we've got the whole day to play with. What would you like to do?
I did ask him out after the season was over because I just couldn't stop thinking about him.
And then we quickly became engaged.
And I said, I don't want to get an engagement ring because I want to use that money to be able to go somewhere really big for our honeymoon.
We went to Indonesia and to Thailand.
Let's go, everybody.
Here we go.
We have two amazing daughters. Jean is 14 and Charlotte is 13. They've lived in the same place their whole lives. And we thought, let's make the world a little bit bigger for them.
I'm going to be starting to teach at Marymount International School, which I'm extremely excited about. And the additional excitement is having both of my daughters there. While Jane is taking care of all of the home logistics, I'm going to be trying to make sure I know the curriculum well, getting to know the new schedule.
Our girls have lived in one place for their entire lives, and we're putting them in a completely new environment. So it's important for us that they have a place where they still feel like that foundation and that home is there.
Surrey is a beautiful rural county. It's within 30 to 40 minutes commute of central London. There are lots of kind of 16th and 17th century properties, and that gives the area a really lovely, kind of rich historical feel.
We're looking at a minimum of 3 bedrooms.
We have 2 girls. They are not going to be sharing a room. So we really need to at least have a 3-bedroom. Now, that said, you definitely need a dedicated workspace because I'm going to be spending a lot of time writing.
I've been a sports writer for the last 20 years, so what I really want to look forward to is maybe research for an upcoming book.
Tell me about the sort of area that you're interested in.
Steve's going to be teaching at a school in Surrey, and the kids will be going there as well. So we want to be close to the
It
school.
would be great to be able to walk. I don't want to be on a bus, a train.
But if we found the perfect place and it was a short bus ride away, I mean, I think we'd have to consider that.
Now, what about a period charm versus modern? Where do you stand on that?
I think I lean more towards modern.
I would love to have something that's proper English. You know, that would be really nice.
You would rather have a fireplace than a dishwasher, is this what we're saying, Jane?
You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but yes.
Can I just ask for at least 2 bathrooms in the home? With 3 women in the house, I think that's becoming more of a priority.
Okay.
We also need to have it fully furnished because we've come here with very little.
How much money have we got to spend?
Maximum budget is $3,200.
Okay, are you ready to start house hunting?
Let's go. All
Okay.
right.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to find a property that's going to be within walking distance of the school. Steve's aversion to wheels is worrying me somewhat.
Richard first selects a unique 3-bedroom cottage fronting on the Thames.
I can't wait to bring Jane and Steve to this property. It is so unique here, just by the river and on an island. Now, the house is across this ferry and just down that street over there.
Across the ferry.
That's right. This is an amazing chain ferry. You get on there and then you wind yourself across.
So how else can you get over?
You could swim.
Perfect.
We've got a 3-bed, 1.5-bath property.
Okay.
We're about 30 minutes into the city centre from here and 25 minutes walk to your school. It's got a garden that looks out onto the riverfront and it's on budget at $3,200.
That's good. At the same time, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 again?
1.5 baths and also the water bit. I'm a little concerned.
From the moment that you step foot on the ferry to get to this property, it is completely unique. And you have this beautiful riverscape in front of you. It's extraordinary.
Now, this is the actual property now, guys.
Wow, this is really unexpected. I could really see Charlotte hunting for frogs out here.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Oh, this is cute.
Wow.
It's kind of like a vacation cabin.
It is. Feels very Cape Cod-y.
Yeah, exactly. That's a nice sized table, I think.
Love the wood-burning stove.
Yes.
And here's a little nook for you to write your great American novel.
It's a little bit closed in, but I think it would probably work. And I mean, you know, the view, you can't really beat it.
Yeah?
It is a spectacular setting. It feels like you're in the middle of nowhere and that you've just got you and the river right there.
What do you think of the kitchen then, Jane?
Well, there's not a lot of extra space necessarily, and, you know, the refrigerator is tiny.
You do have a washer and dryer.
That's just a washer. Let me show you the dryer, excuse me.
Uh-oh. Famous last words. Oh.
What is that?
This is your dryer. Pop your clothes on there and then pull the pulley.
How do you feel about cooking with clothes that are drying directly over your head?
I don't know how I feel about stirring the soup and looking up and there are my underpants.
Isn't that English charm?
I don't know what kind of charm it is.
Now come through to this bedroom. I think this would be one of the kids' bedrooms.
It's certainly spacious enough. I'm not crazy about carpet, but I mean, look, it's functional.
Now we have another bedroom here with patio doors this time.
I love it. This is totally spacious. It's got a lot of charm.
I love the wood in this room. This is a nicer room for sure.
Here's the family bathroom, guys. Have a look.
Very basic. What do you think?
I'm not a huge fan of this green, but it does have all the requirements.
I think it could definitely use a facelift.
Look, this
Wow.
is the master bedroom and it's got this little boudoir here.
That's very cute. I love the view. That cannot be beat.
Now, you've got another bonus, which is that the half bath is just off the bedroom, as you can see there.
Oh, Steve.
It's a closet/shower.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the property overall?
I really love the location. I love the setup with the living room and even most of the kitchen.
Yeah, I think there was really a lot to love, particularly the setting. It would be completely unique for Jean and Charlotte to have an experience growing up here. I think that would be fantastic. That said, after drying the clothes once or twice, I might get tired of that. And the bathroom situation, I think, in the morning would be really difficult.
I'm a bit worried about Jane perhaps being a bit more conservative than I'd like. I think she's one of these people that likes to see the big picture and then she'll want to sit back and make a decision.
A traditional 4-bedroom townhouse gets them back on dry land.
You really could not get more British than this street.
But it isn't perfect.
Now tell me about the commute to school. Here we go, guys, your new school.
I really like walking here. It's very pleasant.
Well, I'm glad. We're going to be doing it every day, back and forth.
It was a nice walk.
A new teaching job has made it possible for Steve, Jane, and their daughters to move from suburban New York to the English countryside.
From the start, traveling was our plan.
The early years of travel with our kids was spent mainly in amusement parks, which is all well and good.
And I just realized that they really are ready for some kind of adventure.
They've come to Surrey to give the girls a brand new view of their world.
They're going to be going from a huge public school to a small private school with uniforms and very British experience.
Yeah, this is quite a place.
I can't believe you're going to be here every single day teaching. It doesn't even look like a school.
I think I'll be able to do that.
And while Steve and the girls are at school, Jane plans to write a book at home. So Richard showed them a quiet riverfront cottage with its own unique approach.
This is an amazing chain ferry. You get on there and then you wind yourself across.
A beautiful living room,
This is cute.
Wow.
It's kind of like a vacation cabin.
Feels very Cape Cod-y.
but some impractical features as well.
What is that?
This is your dryer. Pop your clothes on there and then up they go.
Oh, Steve.
It's a closet/shower.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's going to be an okay place to go to school.
I believe I can hang out here for a little while.
Richard steers the hunt to a more traditional English home for the family.
I'm going to show Steve and Jane a 4-bed property, but it is a 25-minute car journey to the school, and I think Steve is going to be quite upset about that.
You really could not get more British than this street.
It's true, isn't it? And we've come to Twickenham. Now, we're just 30 minutes into central London, and we've come to see this very nice 4-bed, 1.5-bath house. What do you think?
It looks charming. I love the way that there's a little bit of greenery around everything.
I like the ideas of 4 bedrooms.
It's nice and light and spacious, and it's under budget at $3,000.
Oh, great.
good.
Yeah, definitely.
Now tell me about the commute to school.
It's a 25-minute drive, I'm afraid. There is a bus as well that you can get to school.
Well, it is under budget. It is 4 bedrooms, so I'm willing to take a look.
OK, well, let's go in and have a look.
I would spend a little bit more money to get closer to school for sure.
Right, come through. We'll go straight through to the living room.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Fireplace.
Fireplace, Jane.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And you've got this lovely big bay window here, so it's nice and light and bright. And all of this light floods through into the dining area and goes through to the kitchen.
Very impressive. I love the skylights. I love the island. Everything looks really modern.
You've got a double oven here. You've also got a dishwasher here.
Fantastic.
Now, I want to show you this lovely feature here.
Oh, wow. In the summertime, this would be amazing.
How's that?
It's not really a garden, but it is outdoors and quiet.
You have got space to put more shrubs around the edges if you wanted to. More pots here as well, you know.
That deck is not really a full garden. It's sort of garden-ish, but it's still a remarkable spot.
Ta-da, you have this massive master bedroom.
This is nice.
Oh, it's a huge space. I mean, even though they don't have a closet, they do have room for a big wardrobe.
Floors are nice. Got good light. It looks like it would be morning light, so that would be a bonus.
Let's have a look at the family bathroom. We've got this really nice feature bathtub.
I love the tub.
Nice walk-in shower cubicle there. You've also got the basin over here.
This bathroom is fantastic for me and Jean and Charlotte.
Lovely.
Jane, why don't you go through there? I think that would be ideal as your study.
Oh, yeah. I like the details. It's very cute.
Okay, and have a look at this other bedroom here.
Oh, this is nice. I think
Wow.
Jean and Charlotte might argue over who gets this one.
For sure. That light is amazing.
Take a look at this, guys.
Oh, my goodness, this is small.
Ah.
I don't know if we could really make do with this.
You've got a toilet, a basin, a mirror.
If we live here, I'm gonna forever call this the timeout bathroom.
Exactly. You use it when you're in trouble.
As much as I like this house, it would be really tough for us given the commute. We don't want to be spending a lot of time in vehicles.
What do you think of the property overall?
I think there's a lot of potential there. Starting, from the living room where you have that beautiful big window and the fireplace, and then the kitchen was pretty extraordinary. I wasn't expecting to see a kitchen like that.
For me, I'd really love to be closer to the school. That's my biggest concern. If the street were to lead right to the school, it'd be great.
I feel I really need to take Jane and Steve to a property that's right next to school, so I'm going to do that.
But something's wrong.
Shall we leave?
No. I wonder how old these buildings are.
Probably older than America.
Steve, Jane, and daughters Jean and Charlotte have moved to England from their suburban home near New York City.
Look at this.
Would you like to try one?
Sure.
They've lived in the same place their whole lives, and we thought, let's make the world a little bit bigger for them.
Steve will teach at the girls' new school in Surrey, while Jane gets started on a book she wants to write.
I've been a sports writer for the last 20 years, and I've covered tennis and basketball and NCAA sports and professional football for a long time.
Now they need a home that suits everybody,
We want to be close to the
It
school.
would be great to be able to walk.
with enough living space.
We have 2 girls. They are not going to be sharing a room, and we definitely need a dedicated workspace because I'm going to be spending a lot of time writing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. You'll be seeing us again.
A house on the Thames, accessible only by a hand-powered chain ferry, gives Jane the workspace she needs.
It's a little bit closed in, but the view, you can't really beat it.
Yeah?
The look and feel of an English cottage,
This is really unexpected. I could really see Charlotte hunting for frogs out here.
with a new experience for the girls.
It would be completely unique for Jean and Charlotte to have an experience growing up here.
The 4-bedroom townhouse has a more traditional appeal,
Oh, wow. In the summertime, this would be amazing.
How's that?
but there's one big downside.
It's too far from the school.
I finally found a property that is just 10 minutes walk from Steve's school that I think will be suitable for him and Jane and the kids, so I hope they're going to appreciate it. I've brought you to the quiet, leafy suburb of New Malden. Look at these lovely trees here, and it's just a 10-minute walk to school.
Fantastic.
We're about a 20-minute walk to the station, but then it's just 20 minutes into central London.
Perfect.
So it is only 3 beds, but it is 2 bath.
Fantastic.
You're also right on budget here because it's $3,200.
Fantastic.
Should we go in and have a look?
Yes.
How about this, guys? And look at this massive living room.
It is a massive living room.
And empty.
Where's the furniture?
The property does come with beds, but you would need to get sofas and a dining room table and that sort of thing.
It's really important that the place we rent is fully furnished because I don't want to be living on the floor. I had that fun in college and I'm past that.
I think I might be in denial about the lack of furniture here. I do see their concern that they're going to have to spend probably $2,000, but I just think the property is so right for them. Shall we leave?
No.
Well, if we're staying, let's have a look at the room in a bit more detail. Look at this nice big fireplace here.
It's clearly a really beautiful piece.
Now you have another nice big blank canvas here.
You're immediately struck by this gorgeous garden that's right out there, too.
Well, look, it's great for cooking, rustling up food for the family. Because
Wow.
you've got a nicely appointed kitchen here.
2 ovens, nice.
You've got a double oven, yes, and we've got a dishwasher as well.
I'm noticing out these windows, all of this beautiful greenery.
Well, let's go and have a look at the garden.
Okay.
Now, look, you've got these nice patio doors here. Whoosh, out we go.
Oh, my...
This is a garden.
You could choose to sit out here, or there's another space down there. Follow me.
The problem is that having the garden doesn't offset the cost of new furniture. Is it a compromise worth making?
This is lovely.
This is a little bit of Surrey in your own backyard.
Think about the girls. They would love this.
Away with the fairies, back soon. It's perfect.
I just didn't think we'd be able to get this kind of space so close to London and so close to the school.
Jane and Steve, here is bathroom number 1. Have a look.
This works, and it's certainly large enough for a full-grown person.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
It is a full second bath. That's
Totally
what we
happy
wanted.
with this, yeah.
Let's take a look at the main master bedroom, guys, which is this one.
Spacious.
A lot of great light coming in, too.
And storage, that's good.
We can certainly make do with this.
They like the light, airy, open spaciousness of the property, but I'm really worried about the lack of furniture. Even though it's on budget and close to school, that's definitely been a big issue for them. So what did you think about the property overall, guys?
It is absolutely charming. The garden is amazing, but it's not furnished.
Having to buy furniture for our place is really a concern. All of that adds up to money and time. The biggest concern for me is that it's a 40-minute commute to work each day.
It's just a matter of whether or not having an adequate amount of space and a really charming neighborhood offsets the commute that you'd have to do every day.
Is a little bit damp here.
Well, we are in England.
17 years ago, a Cub reporter met a high school tennis coach in suburban New York.
I was given the assignment of covering the boys' tennis, and I met the boys' tennis coach.
Come on, look.
Now the coach, the sports writer, and their 2 teenage daughters have moved to Surrey in southeast England.
They've had a wonderful experience growing up in Ossining. They've lived in the same place their whole lives, and we thought, let's just make the world a little bit bigger for them.
With different priorities about living space and distance to school, they've seen 3 properties, beginning with a cottage on the Thames.
I could really see Charlotte hunting for frogs out here.
Yeah, this is amazing. I did love the views in that river house.
It was such a unique setting, and I think I could be pretty creative there. It's a great workspace, kind of isolated, but at the same time, in the middle of everything, just a 20-minute walk to school for you guys.
But I'm a little reluctant to live on an island. Not sure why. What were your thoughts about it?
Well, it's like an engineering course for the kids and how you use pulleys and levers.
The more traditional townhouse has 4 bedrooms and a workroom for Jane.
There was a lot of space in that house that was pretty useful. The downstairs was really big with that bay window.
All of this light floods through into the dining area and through to the kitchen.
And then if you looked at the kitchen also, a lot of space.
I like the deck out back. It wasn't really much of a garden, but you could entertain a bit out there. The biggest concern for me is that it's a 40-minute commute to work each day.
But it's under budget and it's furnished.
Yeah. Now, what about the garden house?
The garden house has a lot to like, but we have to start off with a huge negative. It's not furnished and it's at the top of our budget.
The gardens do it for me. You got 2 gardens.
This is lovely.
This is a little bit of Surrey in your own backyard.
And definitely a very English type of style. And I think just coming home under that little archway would kind of make it seem charming.
You mentioned my favorite part of that house, the coming home part. That is a 10-minute walk from school.
I think we know which one is the least practical option for our family.
What do you think?
I think we probably agree. What's yours?
The river house is ridiculous. I am not going to be cranking my way across a river to get to my home day and night.
That's true. All right, the river house is out.
So it's between the townhouse and the garden house.
I think we have a lot to think about with those 2 because each of them kind of have different things we really like about them.
The townhouse has some great qualities, including an extra bedroom, which we could use for friends or relatives, and you could easily convert into an office.
The kitchen was huge, and then the accordion doors that opened up into the patio. It gives us a lot of extra space, and on a nice day, it gives us an extra room.
It is under budget, however, it is a very long commute to school.
Okay.
The garden house had a lot of positive qualities also.
Just don't love the idea of furnishing it. The garden house is $3,200, which is at the very top of our budget, while the townhouse is $3,000 a month, which means that we would have a little bit of extra money to play with.
Well, let's talk about the garden house for a second.
Okay.
I really liked the fact that it had 2 beautiful gardens.
Yeah, and we didn't see that really in any other place.
Right. And it has 2 human-sized bathrooms.
It does. For me, though, you know it's going to be me who is unpacking the furniture, and it's going to be expensive.
Yeah. Also, I didn't really spot an obvious spot for you to do any writing.
Let me just make the case for the townhouse. It really has all the space inside that we need. For me, it provides an office,
It's so far away from school.
but it's under budget.
It's going to be me and Jean and Charlotte doing that commute twice a day, so I really feel like that's a deal breaker for me.
Okay. Well, I see your point with the garden house. It's utterly charming. It is just such a special location, and you won't have to commute.
So we're settled, the garden house?
The garden house. I think we'll be happy there.
Let's go tell Richard.
Okay.
Goodbye, Jane.
Bye, Mom. Have a great day at school, guys. Life in Surrey couldn't be better. We are close to everything. We've got shopping nearby. We were able to get furniture, and now we're just settling in and enjoying everything England has to offer.
It is less than a mile's walk to the tennis facility, so I'm super happy about that too.
Jean and Charlotte have made a lot of friends here. They have a degree of freedom here that's a lot more than they experienced in New York, and at their age, that's actually really good.
I love having my own bathroom.
It was kind of fun trying to pick out a place for the office, figuring out where in the space it best fit, and I found a really beautiful old antique table and chair set that I really feel like is gonna work perfectly for us.
What's the difference between that black currant one and that black currant one?
That one's staff recommended.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Tony and I used to work together about 20 years ago in London, so we were excited to return to the UK.
That elderflower it looks unnaturally white, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like
From the get-go, he was wanting to have our kids grow up abroad.
Yeah, I'm Australian, and when I was a kid, my parents traveled around a lot.
Can I get a sample of the lemon serrata, please?
I spent a couple of years in the Philippines, in Brazil. I found that to be really broadening.
Trying to trip me?
I wanted to expose the kids to some alternative experiences from our largely suburban existence in the US.
It was really Indy approaching college age when we realized that it would be our last opportunity to do something like this with all three kids. Got a full mouth there.
I had been with a big software company.
And I'm a special education teacher.
To take advantage of this opportunity, we're taking a year off from working. How do you think you'll go in a school uniform?
That's gonna be interesting.
I am worried, as I think most parents would be, because it's a lot of change for all of our kids. They are facing now the nerves of new friend groups and the unknowns that come along with moving to a new place. So this is the North Lane area, very popular apparently. Brighton is near enough to London. Also, it was reputed to be a very hip place, and we're very hip.
Get some discounts on vintage clothing, you'd like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brighton is good for teenagers because there are lots of kind of retro shops, but then they've also got the beach.
Well, with teenagers, they definitely would like their own room. So that would be a minimum of 4 bedrooms.
Palatial.
Palatial.
Tony and Teresa are using their savings to fund this sabbatical year, and they seem to be surprisingly relaxed. I'm slightly worried because Brighton is pricey. People really want to live here. It's London by the sea, so rental prices here can be just as high as London.
We have 2 dogs, so it's really important that we have some kind of backyard area.
We have a new construction in the US, and so the kids have really grown up only experiencing new house. So I would actually like them to experience a little bit more character. Things not quite working perfectly, cupboard doors not quite closing, that sort of thing.
It's just important to me that the kitchen have all the modern appliances that I'll need.
Now, is there a particular area of Brighton that you're interested in?
Generally speaking, within walking distance of bakeries, walk to groceries, walk to transport.
And how much money do we have to spend?
$3,500 US a month.
OK, that's a nice big chunk of money, actually.
We could potentially go a little bit higher.
Oh, never say that to a realtor. In Brighton, there are some lovely period properties, and there are modern properties too, and it will be good to try and contrast those for them. We are close to Hove. We're sort of in between Hove and Brighton Station, so you've got the 2 options, which is good.
Oh,
There's
OK, yeah.
Very amusing saying here, which is Hove actually, because people think Hove is posher than Brighton.
I see.
Yeah.
So we're bringing you to the posh end of Brighton. We've got lots of bars, restaurants and shops nearby. And I've brought you to see this house, a 4-bed, 2.5 bath. We're a bit more expensive than what you were after, $3,750.
Oh, that worries me a little bit.
Let's have a look at it and see what we think.
Yeah.
Now, come on through and tell me what you think.
Oh, I like the high ceilings. It's got that open plan kitchen you wanted.
This is a bit interesting. I've never seen a walled kitchen like this, and I'm not sure that it's very practical to have all that storage up top, because who can reach it? These look a bit older. I could see the kids hanging out here.
Yeah, I like that if you're cooking in the kitchen, you wouldn't be separate from the family.
And look, you've got this moulding up here,
yeah.
so...
Love that.
No, I like that a lot. And the ceiling is so high. This is great.
Well, you've got a courtyard here, so let's go out and have a quick look.
It's a bit small of a yard for the dogs. I wish there was a bit more grass or something for them to run in. Yeah, it's not ideal for pets, that's for sure.
Lovely big bedroom here.
Goodness. Are all the rooms this size?
The others are sizable, but not of these proportions.
I'm a bit worried that the kids would fight over whose room this might be.
Do we have enough character here so far, do you think?
I am noticing that the floor seems to have been redone. I've got cables hanging out of the wall over here.
Yes.
I think you're checking that box reasonably well.
There you go.
I'll take a photo of it here so that the kids can fight over it if it turns out that we need to have this one. The whole property itself has this great high ceilings. It has the old wooden floorboards that creak. It's got a lot of character. Well, this is different.
Not really very practical to have such an enormous tub. I see 2 shower heads, but where would you put a shower curtain? There's actually no place to put one up here. I really don't like this at all.
I think they think everything's just going to fall into place. I'm slightly worried they're expecting me to pull out a magic wand and kind of wave it, and there's the perfect property. But we shall see if that happens. Comes through to, I think, what would be the master bedroom.
Yeah, it's nice and bright.
Got that feature piece of wood over there.
I've never seen a strut like that before. It's strange, isn't it?
It's a bit rough. I see there's a bit of paint missing on the wall over there, so it's Tony's fantasy, but maybe not quite mine.
You know, one of the quirks of this room is you do have an ensuite bathroom, but it doesn't have a door on it.
Oh.
Have a look.
Look at that.
Oh.
Yes, this is going to be very intimate, isn't it?
That would drive me crazy. This property is a bit rough around the edges. The kids will really need their comforts when they're going through so much transition in their lives.
Location is great. This location nailed it.
I would love to see a nicer kitchen in the next property. Something with maybe an island, modern appliances would be better for me, I think.
Something closer to what we planned on spending. Perhaps at least one functioning bathroom.
With a door. I think it'll be important for the kids to have some consistency when everything else around them is changing.
One of the advantages of being at this end of town is you do get a bit more house for your money.
Oh, that's very exciting. It's definitely open and modern.
This is all very clean lines. It doesn't strike me as any different from what we've had.
Maybe we'll find that other parts of this house do have what you're looking for.
I think this must be some sort of midlife crisis.
Who's going to come up with the most fun design? Who do we think?
I have no idea. We've never done something quite like this. I think Sage is a bit of a perfectionist. Indy is loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
And Nicole, I just don't know. We knew that it would be our last opportunity to do something like this with all 3 kids. And so we're both taking a year off to have more time together as a family, make those lasting memories.
That's right.
Indy, is your design one you came up with?
It's kind of more geometrical for us. The move was kind of like a big shock.
I've never moved in my life before. I'm feeling kind of like anxious.
Sage, what did you decide to make?
A sea turtle.
Very complex.
Yeah. It kind of scared me a little bit because everything was changing so quickly. We're also in the city, so it's a completely different vibe.
Cool, what did
We
you
do it with
decide
the
to make?
yellow, actually.
I see a pile.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Make an octopus.
I know for sure that the kids have a lot of reservations about coming here, but having been through that experience as a child, I think is something that they're going to be able to bond over and be able to carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Attention, everyone. I've finished.
What?
Well done.
Nice, Cole.
Dark horse, Paul.
Yeah.
It's a good vibey area. I like the fact that just right outside your door, there's a delicatessen right across the street.
Tony wants something different for the kids than what they get back in the US. But I think when everything else is changing all around you, consistency is going to be so important for the kids.
Now, as you can see, we're coming to the edge of Kent Town now and really to the outskirts of Brighton.
Are we going to need a car if we live this far out? Do you think we'd be able to walk to the train station, for example?
Oh, it's a brisk walk. I think you'd be more likely to get a bus, to be honest.
Okay.
Oh, the weather's turned a bit blustery, hasn't it?
A bit of a windy day.
Yes. Well, look, I hope it's going to be worth us coming here because I brought you to see this very nice 4-bed, 2.5-bath house.
I'm a little bit concerned about how far it is from the train station.
And from the lanes and the beach.
One of the advantages of being at this end of town is you do get a bit more house for your money. So it's actually $3,400.
Well, that's good.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Now, Teresa, you wanted open concept. I give you open concept.
It's definitely open and modern. It's got a modern oven. Looks
Yes,
great.
it's sort of range style, isn't it?
This is all very clean lined. It doesn't strike me as any different from what we've had. My concern is just that it won't be as much of a change for the kids.
Maybe we'll find that other parts of this house do have what you're looking for.
Have a quick look over here at the lounge and the dining room table.
I love the skylights and the accordion doors.
These will open all the way, actually, so it'll give you a really nice view, and it'd be quite nice for the kids and
the
let me
dogs.
show you, yeah, and the
Yeah.
dogs. Look, lots of light here.
Oh, this is a good-sized bedroom, no doubt.
The painted floors winning you over.
Bit oldie-worldy.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that would happen in a house that's been around for a long time and it needs to have a facelift.
I'll take that as a plus, Tony, right. OK. This one is a tad smaller.
It is a little small. Yeah, not a lot of space for studying or for clothing, frankly.
It's like a little hospital in here, isn't it? Field hospital,
Wow.
Is that what's going on in here?
I mean, I think the family that were here used it for sleepovers, actually. But you could easily replace these with a double bed.
I think the kids would feel very at home. Everything's been sort of renovated or it's new. I know Tony wants his quirky properties, but there's a lot to be said about a modern kitchen and modern bathrooms. Oh, it's comfortable and warm and cozy.
It's nice. I like it.
I love the interesting ceilings.
Now, I rather like this bathroom. What do you think?
It's interesting. It's a little awkward and pokey. I feel like you would struggle a bit, Tony. Have a go.
Yeah, I think if I'm using this sink here, I may find myself hitting my head quite a lot. I think it's a lovely property. We've got everything we look for, except that it doesn't have that old world charm that I was looking for. And I'm concerned about how far it is from Brighton train station, groceries, bakeries, the beach.
He's being very picky, isn't he, Teresa?
I don't think it's definitely a no. I think it's got personality. I love the modern kitchen, even though we would save that little bit of money. I have to agree with Tony. I think it's a little bit too far out.
I'm looking for a place that has a bit more character, some things that don't work. I am concerned that we are too far from all of the things that we came to Brighton for.
This is going to be perfect for you, Tony, because you can fall out of bed in the morning and you're surrounded by cafes.
Okay, it's very unusual. It looks a little bit like the waiting area of a doctor's office.
That seems to have had a previous life, and now it's been reborn into something else. Oh, it's interesting to me.
What are we here for? You know, if we're here for the same, why do we bother coming?
I'm so excited for when it's sunny out and I can go to the beach.
It's a little chilly right now, but imagine in the summer there's going to be a ton of people here. Moving to a new place, it's a lot of change for all of our kids, but we've seen a pretty big change in their personalities as far as just maturity levels. I'm really enjoying the time we have together.
Right, so how did you meet?
I was working in Manhattan and I was being transferred to London, and Teresa was running the London office that I was being transferred to.
We exchanged emails back and forth Monday through Thursday. And then Thursday evening, I proposed over email.
Just by email?
That's it.
He's super brilliant. He's definitely got great ideas. Well, we met 2 weeks later, and the rest is history.
She's always up for something, and she's always helping the kids with whatever thing they may be going through.
It's tricky when you're a teenager, isn't it, changing country?
Yes. It definitely was an adjustment as it got closer to the time for us to leave. They, in their own way, started freaking out.
New construction, that's all they've ever known. I want to show the kids that you can have a great time and live really happily in a place that's not perfect.
Tony's taking this quirky thing a little too far. Moving to a new place, it's a lot of change for all of our kids. What they really need is something similar to what they would find back home.
It's the first time that I've ever had a client ask me for a rundown property, particularly when they've got quite a big budget and they're used to living in style, let's face it. Now, the next property I'm going to take you to is in the Kemp Town Village.
Okay.
We're just up a little bit from the promenade.
Okay.
You might like the hustle and bustle. It's a little bit less residential than perhaps the other properties.
You can hear those seagulls.
Yes. This is going to be perfect for you, Tony, because you can fall out of bed in the morning and you're surrounded by cafes. Have a look at this property, which is a 5-bed, 3-bath, and it's actually here. It's a kind of shop front.
Well, yeah, it does look like it used to be a shop.
This area is a bit busy for the dogs. It's a hopping street. I know Tony's excited about that, but we've got 2 rescue dogs who might be a bit overwhelmed with all the action.
The good news is we're at $3,500, so we are around about that price that you wanted to pay. And it has a few imperfections as well, so
Okay.
it's a little rough around the edges. Let's take a look, see what you think.
Okay.
Come through.
Okay, it's very unusual. It looks a little bit like the waiting area of a doctor's office.
It is interesting with that frosted glass.
The dogs might get upset seeing shadows walking by, and that might set them off to barking.
I like the shabby furniture. I think it goes well with the room. In fact, the room appeals because it seems to have had a previous life, and now it's been reborn into something else.
Follow me down the stairs, and you'll notice we've got some fraying carpet, bit of chipped paint here, Tony. Now, come through into this basement kitchen.
Oh, my goodness. So we've got some counter space. Everything about this room is just kind of cold. I can't imagine cooking in here for the family.
It's very detached, isn't it? I'm going to take some photos here so we can show the kids.
It's a very small room. I'm not a fan. Yeah, it's
This is
just
really
pokey.
student digs kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be appropriate for students, but I can't see a family of 5 with 2 dogs. Oh, I don't like this. This is
It's a lot of
tiny.
little rooms, isn't it?
It just feels claustrophobic.
We'd have to set some kind of intercom system up around, so call the kids on their phones or something. The place is not without merit. I thought that the separate gathering spaces for the kids actually adds a lot of value. You know, they're going to want some quiet space to read a book or to gather with their friends, and this place has a lot of those kind of gathering areas.
This is probably one of the better features of the house.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite secluded, isn't
Yeah.
it?
This would work for our dogs.
It's a bit higgledy-piggledy, but, you know, you wanted
Very
character.
I think
Yes.
I think it's got that.
Now, this is a 4-story property, so there's quite a lot of stairs, but, you know, great for the glutes.
Yeah.
And look at this nice big master bedroom.
I do like this room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots
Good
of space.
size. Nice high ceiling.
Now, this is a cosy single.
What's up with the wallpaper behind you?
Well, this is another special for Tony. There you go, Tony. Nice bit of hanging wallpaper for you.
Let's take a photo for the kids.
Yeah, okay.
Get me behind this.
Not the... Okay. That'll work.
Tony is taking the quirky thing a step too far. This property is ridiculous. It looks like it used to be a shop. It feels like it used to be a shop. It's not good for our family. All the tiny little rooms.
I love the location. I like the hustle and bustle of being really downtown, all the activity. That gives me a lot of energy. I personally kind of like the fact that it's somewhat dysfunctional layout.
I think overall, I just can't see us being comfortable here. It has a student feel. It doesn't feel like a warm, comfortable place for a family.
We've met Tony's midlife crisis. We're in this slightly dishevelled property. He's going to be getting a big sports car next.
You'll get a more urban experience in that place.
I don't know if I want that though. I'm kind of scared of the city a little bit.
And that's what I want to push you into.
Yeah, don't you want to like live in the city for once, see what it's like?
So as much as I know we've all enjoyed staying at our temporary housing, Dad and I have been looking at a number of properties. You took some photos. Do you want to pull out
I
the
did,
photos?
yeah.
Tony and Teresa are still at odds over how much change is too much for their kids in Brighton.
I think that of the 3 properties, there's one that we can rule out right away pretty easily. The shop property, so strange. It had frosted glass at the front. You couldn't see out on the street. It had really pokey little rooms and a kitchen that had a green plastic backsplash. It just screamed student housing. We're just gonna rule that one out. The Regency property,
Good location, pretty quirky.
not really very practical to have such an enormous tub. It's going to cost us more.
$3,750.
Oh. But the issue with the rooms is one of you is going to have the big room, and the others of you are going to have the small room.
We did see a very modern one.
Modern sounds great.
I think I like it a little more than Dad. It's definitely open and modern. One of the issues with that house, though, is it's quite a ways out.
One of the advantages of being at this end of town is you do get a bit more house for your money, so it's actually $3,400.
It doesn't have that old world charm that I was looking for. My concern is just that it won't be as much of a change for the kids.
The problem with the Regency House is that it's going to cost us more.
It's going to mean we have to, make sure that we keep an eye on how much we're spending on other things.
My thing about the modern one is it sounds a lot more like our old home. Part of like why we're moving in the first place is to get, like a new
That's right.
situation.
The Regency building is more in the thick of things, and you'll get a more urban experience in that place.
I don't know if I want that though, because I'm not like I'm kind of scared of the city a little bit.
That's what I want to push you into.
Yeah, don't you want to like live in the city for once, see what it's like? What are the cons of it being further out of town? Like, what are we trying to get?
You won't be able to get to the Brighton train station. There weren't as many shops around and cafes. Do you guys feel like you want to ready to take a vote?
Good job, Hudson. That's the way.
It's a huge relief to be on the other side of the move.
I love this pedestrian lifestyle. I love being able to just forget something at the groceries and then pop down and grab it and walk back. The house has been perfect. I think it's been a great blend of functionality, but as well as that, it's got its own quirks.
I'm so pleased that we found a property that is a little bit of a compromise.
Oh, look, there's corn on the cob in the husk.
Taste of home. I grew up in England, moved to British Columbia when I was around 21. Spent about 12 years working as an account manager for a security company, which was quite stressful. We got some yams.
Ooh, sweet potatoes.
I'd had just an awful day at work. I came home, was just like, right, that's it. We're moving to England. But as a joke, cherry tomatoes, I know you like those. Maybe more than that.
It was just like, okay, yeah, when do we want to go?
We'll just get this, if that's all right.
Okay. My job as an emergency dispatcher was super stressful, so I really wanted a career change. And I've always dreamt of going to the UK because my Nana was born and raised in Scotland. I'm gonna miss my family and my friends, but you only live once.
There you go, and there's your change.
Thank you.
Remember,
right.
It's cheers, duck.
Cheers, Doc. That just sounds so weird.
We're moving to Derbyshire, England, because after being in Canada for so long, I very much want to get back to the family, and our family's all there now.
And what do you think, Bodie? Do you think it's good that Uncle Joe's from home?
Home is where your family is, really, so I'm excited to move back.
What's this?
Thank you, Dad. But also the nerves definitely kicked in with Kat wanting to change career and myself wanting to change career.
Yeah.
And we are taking quite a bit of a risk. We don't have jobs lined up. But we do have savings that will probably last us maybe a month or two.
Boys and the toys and the gadgets.
But at the same time, we're starting a brand new chapter of our life, and they don't want to feel guilty about spending a little.
Right in the centre of England, nestled in the rolling hills and uplands of the Pennines. Derbyshire is this very English county. It's not an earth-shattering tourist destination, but it has wonderful countryside, some lovely market towns, and, lots of sheep around to kind of chat to whilst you're contemplating your existence.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Left side, left side.
Not like earlier.
No. I grew up in West Yorkshire, just north of Derbyshire, so it's kind of nice that way. We both get to explore together.
Is it a bit of a culture shock at all, Kat?
Yes.
Well, we'll have to get you a piece of Bakewell tart.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, OK.
That's me failing at my job then.
The rental market in Derbyshire is quite steady, really good value for money.
I know Joe wants to be close to family.
The closer the better. I've been away for 12 years. No more than 45 minutes away.
Preferably 2, maybe 3-bedroom home with a bathtub.
Oh, is that really important?
Oh, yes, that's a deal breaker.
Right.
Fireplace would be a bonus.
Yeah.
Also, we need a driveway.
One of the veins of our existence was coming home from work, tired, and then having to search for a parking spot.
Now, how much money have we got to spend?
Kat would very much like there to be more, but we're looking about $750.
The challenge is to establish a sense of home for Kat. It's going to be very easy for Joe. He's got family nearby. I want to test what kind of style of property they're looking for.
We are going to a new build property, so I'm really intrigued to see what you're going to think of it. It's in a small village called Wessington, which has a village green, a pub and a fish and chip shop. It's about a 20-minute drive from your parents, so it's not too far.
No, it doesn't sound too bad.
Now, how is this for the rolling hills of Derbyshire?
Oh, it's lovely.
And I brought you to see this 3-bed, 2-bath property.
It's very modern, not what I was expecting for England.
See off-street parking too. And then we can fit 2 cars in there, no problem.
And it's very good value, actually, at $800.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a little bit over what we budgeted for. We're still not working.
Let's go in and take a look.
Yes.
Perfect.
Now, come through and have a look at the kitchen, see what you think.
Wow, it's really bright and very modern.
It's nice, actually.
You've got these charcoal grey units and also the white composite worktop.
I'm not really seeing any appliances, though.
They're all integrated, so you've got a washer-dryer here.
A little odd having
Whoa.
a washer and dryer in the kitchen.
Not in England. It's not blowing me away, but it's nice. I like it.
Oh, wow.
That's a big couch.
And a very big TV. But there's no fireplace or character. The couches, I feel like it overpowers the room. Doesn't feel homey enough.
I mean, I can definitely see us using the couch. It looks like it's good for some snuggles.
Usually I can read Joe. On this, I cannot read him. I know he's not too keen on the price just because we don't have work as of yet. But I think he likes it.
Now, follow me up to the bedrooms. We've got 2 good-sized rooms.
Oh, no, that one has a bathtub. Oh.
I think we've lost her. Straight into the bathtub.
Oh.
You comfy there?
Honey, I need a glass of wine.
Come through to the main bedroom.
Oh, nice, light.
Feels small.
And you've got this nice aspect here to the rear garden.
You could see the neighbors, so would definitely have to have the blinds closed. Very bright.
It is bright. Would you have the bed this way, though? Because, I mean, see where Richard stood. Barely get round the bed.
But there is room here for a wardrobe.
Where's the closet?
Yeah, I mean, quite often rooms in the UK don't have a fitted wardrobe. They just have space to put a standalone wardrobe. How's that?
That's cool.
It's pretty cool, is that?
And look, you've got this extra dining area here.
Yeah.
We're ready for a party.
This is definitely what we would see in Canada.
Yeah.
I like the furnishings. I definitely love the bathtub.
I like it. I just don't think it's something I would go for. I think it's...
Too new, too cookie cutter,
Yeah,
right?
cookie cutter. I think it's really made us realise we like older houses. They feel more homely than a new build. I think with it being slightly over what we've allotted for, I don't know.
What would you like to see in the next property?
Something that just feels more homey and country and character.
Maybe something a bit older.
Look at this.
This is what I'm expecting of England.
Kat has aspirations to live in a beautiful English country property. We're a little bit more expensive here.
Okay.
Character.
But we're not working yet.
But we will be soon.
Well, fingers crossed. How's your Bakewell?
Very... tart.
Kat and I met at work, actually. We were both in security. I was the manager, Kat was a dispatcher. I think the pigeons like the Bakewell tart, but do you?
We just became inseparable.
And we've been together
Nearly 2 years.
This is British, though. You can't sit on a bench in England and not have pigeons swarm you. We're moving without any work lined up, and we're both seeing it as an opportunity to change careers. I've got experience in security with dogs, and so I'd love to do something like that. So this is probably older than Canada.
It's amazing, the history here. I've been envisioning working as a healthcare assistant. I know it's going to be a huge learning curve. To me, it's worth it to help people that need that extra care. Are you happy to be back?
I am.
What are you most excited about?
Showing you the English culture.
My Nana was born and raised in Scotland. but I've never come overseas to Europe, which has been a dream of mine to do. So this is a huge adventure.
And Kat wants to make the most of it.
England is known for its character and charm. That's kind of just something we would naturally gravitate towards. I've always dreamt of charm and character in England homes. If that means spending a little more, why not do it?
Yeah, it just depends on pricing. Kat is very emotionally driven and spends first and asks questions later. I know that if I don't take control of those finances, there's going to be trouble.
To find the perfect place for Kat and Joe, I need to try and get both of them to compromise a bit. Joe's being a bit frugal, so I need to get him to spend a little more if we're going to get that bathtub and space that Kat yearns for.
I'm going to take you to our next property now.
We are in Tibshelf.
This is actually a 4-bed property, and it's an 18th century stone farmhouse.
Sounds like it's got character.
Yes, oh, it absolutely has got oodles of character, but it doesn't have its own parking space.
Okay, so an extra bedroom, but no parking.
Now, how is this for your own little piece of Derbyshire, guys?
This is what I'm expecting of England. Big stone homes like this.
It's got 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
What a character. How far away from my parents is
Only
this one?
about 10 minutes,
Okay,
really.
so it's definitely coffee distance.
We're a little bit more expensive here, $850.
Okay. We did say character was something that we liked, and this
Yeah.
definitely has that.
It's lovely.
I am a little worried. She's very much an open book. She'd move in tomorrow before we'd even gone in through the front door. I just can't get past the price. Wow.
Oh, look at that fireplace. Look at the beams.
Definitely character.
Oh, yeah.
It's like instant calm, chill.
Just imagine fire going. It's homey. Feels like I'm at an old cottage.
Well, you are.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is gorgeous.
Obviously, the cooker and oven over there, which is sizable, you know, good for big family lunches or whatever.
The natural stone, too. I like how that's carried out.
I really want to love it, but I can't get past that price.
But we're gonna get jobs really soon.
But we might not.
I'm so glad Richard brought us to this house. This is just incredible. I definitely have my work cut out for me to get Joe to come up in price.
Now, how's this for a bathtub?
Let me see.
That's a bathtub. I think we both could fit in there.
I like this.
I'm sure you do. I wonder how long this would take to fill up.
I don't know, but it's worth the price.
Joe can see how excited Kat is by the property, but he's worried about the money. He knows it's going to be hard to tear her away from this property. Right, now come through and see this, Kat, because you're going to like this bedroom.
Look at those.
Splendid, aren't they? And another fireplace, of course.
Another fireplace?
Yeah.
It feels small.
Now, look, you've got this lovely garden as well.
Oh, wow.
Nice for entertaining.
I'm ready to move right in.
It's just out of our price range a little bit, isn't it? I know the bathtub is a big selling point, I know.
Yeah,
And the
all
fireplaces.
the fireplaces and the character and the charm and the wood beams.
We set that price for a reason. It's overpriced of what we've talked about and no parking.
Character in this
It's
backyard.
I agree, but we're not working yet.
But we will be soon.
Well, fingers crossed. You know me, I don't like to make snap decisions.
Unfortunately not. And this
Okay.
is where he becomes very stubborn.
I think this is going to tick lots of boxes
Yeah.
for you. It's $750.
Perfect.
And this must be quite familiar to you, Joe, because I know your family live just down the road, don't
Just
they?
up the road there, yeah.
But it just still feels very drab and cold. People move. Not smart to walk on the road with me driving.
Kat was on board to make big adjustments to her lifestyle and career to get her fiancé back to his English roots in Derbyshire.
Just relax.
Driving on the opposite side is kind of nerve-wracking.
There's going to be a definite learning curve.
Ooh, roundabout. No, those are fun to go around. Maybe that's much fun for you.
Well, how many times are we going around the roundabout?
I don't know, but this is fun.
Oh, good Lord. There's a lot of nail marks on the passenger side, isn't there, from me?
Yeah.
So No wonder I've not got any hair. What we're looking forward to the most is starting fresh. But I'm also so excited to get back to the family.
He's been in Canada for over 10 years and he decides that this is the time he's coming home.
I'm really excited to get to know Joe's family, but at the same time, we're starting a new journey. And Joe is definitely stubborn about money, where I like to, you know, spoil myself. It's lovely to have you here.
I'm bringing her over here. It's a pressure to me to make sure that the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with is happy. But it's going to be tough because if she gets something in her mind that she wants, that's what she wants. And it's got to fit our budget because we don't have jobs lined up.
They want to be close to Joe's family. I'm going to show them a cheaper 2-bed property just to test how much space they actually need.
Now, we're coming into a village called Lower Pilsley. This is a former coal mining village, actually. And, of course, you'll know the area a little bit because this is where your family lives.
Yeah, it's starting to look a bit familiar.
Well, look, I've really delivered for you on this house because we've got a former post office here, actually.
OK.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, it's a 2-bed Victorian terrace. It was built in 1901. It is a bit of a busy street, that's the only thing.
Yeah.
But off-street parking.
Ooh.
I think this is going to tick lots of boxes for you.
Definitely.
The other great news about this place is it's $750.
Perfect.
For a terrace house, it's very blah.
Being close to family was important, so the fact that you've found somewhere so close is quite big for me.
How far away is it?
Well, literally 3 minutes down the street.
It's a walk.
Oh.
Literally just up the road.
Yeah.
Might be a bit too close, Kat. Now, come through to the front room.
They've used the space well. It's not a massive couch.
I know where my spot's
I was just going to say, I feel like you've already decided which spot you're having.
Oh, yeah. Fireplace seems a little small. I do like the mantle. That would be really nice for at Christmas time.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect for what we need right now, really, isn't it? Oh, this is bigger.
Wow.
This feels much more spacious, doesn't it? Yeah, there's...
I can see a dining table here.
But it just feels very drab and cold.
It is quite bland, but I know that we could potentially change that with decorations and things like that. I understand it's not ticked all our boxes in Cat's eyes, but I really love the location. I really love the price. Kitchen looks a bit small. That oven is...
Small.
Could you call it an oven? It's very small.
But look, the fridge freezer is in here.
That's nice that it's out of the way. Looks like there's storage in there too. Put you in there.
What?
What?
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Champagne, darling.
So some bubbles and bubbles.
And look, you've got a bit of glitter on the walls here.
I like that.
Me, not so much.
It's a bit disco, isn't it?
It is a little.
I'm not sure that Joe's going to manage to win her over, but it really does offer them everything they need.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that is a big bedroom.
My only thing is, will that wardrobe hold all my clothes?
Bathtub, remember? It's got a bathtub. And the price is right.
I know Joe would feel right at home, you know, with his parents being a 3-minute walk, if that. But I would still really lack that feeling of home.
Now, this is a really nice-sized garden. You've got this patio area here and also a nice big lawn.
Good size for barbecues. It's very blah, though. I mean, it's nice that there's a backyard and big bathtub, so that's good.
It ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't it? Yeah, it might be a bit plain, but after being so far away, it's going to be nice to just be able to... I'm going up to my mum and dad's and have a walk up there.
There's just no contrast or character.
With it being the price that we've planned for, I planned it that way so that we would have some spare cash and we could go do things and put your own stamp on it. That's something we could do at this price range. If we go for something that's over that price, then we're going to be a bit tighter.
Will Kat be able to sway Joe into spending more money? Or will Joe, the pragmatist, get Kat to put her feet on the ground and realise that they need to be close to family and they need to keep an eye on the money?
Just remember what you felt like in that front living room with the fireplace and how cozy it was.
I would always be thinking about how much we spent over what we planned on. How British is this, hey?
This is really cool.
Yeah.
Joe and Kat traded their life and jobs in Canada to start over in Britain.
This is really pretty.
Thanks. Oh, the canal.
She's decided their new home should match her idea of what English life looks like. But he's worried they won't be able to afford it when their savings runs out.
Which one is a definite no?
The cookie cutter one.
The cookie, I think, agree.
It didn't feel like we were in England.
I don't think either of us fell in love with it.
No.
So we're just left with the old stone house and the post office.
Well, what about the stone house?
I've always wanted a clawfoot tub.
I was ready to move in there right then and there.
Oh, look at the beams.
Definitely character.
It's homey. This is what I'm expecting of England.
$850.
If we both were earning, it would be a different story.
It's a 2-bed Victorian terrace.
The post office, 2 minutes walk away from my parents. And the big box that it ticks is the price.
$750.
But it just feels very cold. I was just expecting there to be more charm to it.
I feel like I know which one I'd like to go for.
Oh, I know which one I want.
I know, but is it the same? Are we on the same page?
I really like the stone house. That was gorgeous.
I can't get past the price. If we were working, I would say we could change how much we'd spend in, but we really thought hard about how much we could spend.
But honey, just think, we have enough room for everybody to come over. That bathtub.
But the post office, that's 2-minute walk from my mum and dad and my brother. I can go and see them whenever I want.
Yeah, but just think of that bathtub.
I understand that you really love the bathtub, but if we go for this place, we're going to be really tight for money.
I understand where you're coming from.
You sure? You're going to be happy?
As long as you just promise to bring me bubbles when I have bubbles.
Oh yeah, I do that anyway. Bubbles and bubbles. Matthew, can you flip just make sure that they're not burning? In the first few days, kind of felt like we already had a big, close-knit family, didn't we? It was just what I wanted.
Who wants wine? I found a really rewarding career as a healthcare assistant, and I'm loving it. How was your day?
I didn't get bit, so it's always a good day.
And Joe's actually found his dream job.
So I've been training German Shepherds to make families feel safe around the home. We've got an amazing house.
The bathtub, for me, it's been relaxing.
What kind of coffees would you like?
2 pumpkin spice lattes.
2 pumpkin spice lattes.
I'll take yours, my love.
Oh, thank you.
1 doggy ice cream.
Oh, puts in.
We met in Bahrain. She was a singer, and I worked for the Navy at the time.
I spotted him in the audience, and I talked to him in between 2 sets. I thought he was very handsome. He made me very nervous. I also thought he was very cocky, but turns out he was a gentleman and a fantastic human being.
I had no game, so I pulled my best line.
No, he had game.
Yeah, we both love to travel, and after our 3rd date, we spent a week together in Mauritius.
We fell in love, and yeah, I guess the rest was history.
They got married and settled in Charleston, South Carolina, with Kayla working in real estate and singing on the side. But they missed jet setting. So when Brett's military work opened the door to move to England, they packed their bags.
We got a position in Gloucester. Gloucester.
Gloucester?
Gloucester? I don't know.
We'll work on it.
Well, yeah.
I think he likes it.
Considering we can barely pronounce it, we're kind of going in blindly. We know nothing about any of the areas. We're gonna pack up our entire house, sell our cars, say bye to all of our friends and family. That's sad, obviously. But isn't it so cool that we have no idea what to expect? We have no idea where we're gonna live. We have no idea where I'm gonna work. We're gonna just figure it out. That's the excitement of it all.
But we also know how expensive it's going to be, which worries me because we're down to 1 income right now. And Kayla is a bit of a dreamer. She's known to push the budget.
I can appreciate that. I am a little more nervous because Brett and I have a different expectation. He wants to be more country, but he goes to work for longer shifts, and I'm by myself quite a bit. So I'm envisioning like a bunch of people in a bigger city because I'd love to make friends and obviously meet people. So that's something that we're obviously working on.
We could go very well, or it could just crash and burn.
I don't want to feel isolated in the middle of nowhere with big cows.
Gloucestershire is based around the west side of
the country. You've got the best of both worlds. You've got the quieter countryside Cotswold area with all of the old villages and also a bit more of a vibrant town life like Cheltenham. However, it's interesting seeing Americans come over to kind of see how we all live around here. They're used to bigger rooms and bigger spaces, whereas you're not really going to find that over here. So it might take some getting used to.
We are looking to spend, hopefully, no more than $2,600.
If it's perfect, I don't want that to be a cutoff, because what I would love is an open concept, but also with that English charm. A minimum of 3 bedrooms, because we'd like to host our families as much as possible.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then we have our French Bulldog, Poutine.
So an area he could run around in.
Yeah. And when he goes to work, it's 48-hour shifts, and I'm all by myself. So I'd like close to the city, if not city center. I can make friends, hopefully find some work.
Yeah.
And see, that's where I have a different opinion. I'd like somewhere with some sheep or cows, maybe around the backyard area.
I don't mind if he has his sheep or his cows, as long as I can actually get to people, not just livestock.
Kayla and Brett are gonna, I'd say, struggle to find everything. They want quite different areas. They are gonna have to compromise.
Since compromise seems inevitable, Winnie's starting with a place in the small rural village of Burton-on-the-Water to show them what they can, or perhaps can't, get for their price point.
It's a very scenic village for Brett, but the houses are quite a bit smaller, so we'll see what they think. We are actually in Burton-on-the-Water, which is a very popular village.
Okay.
This might be a bit smaller than what you're asking for, but it's a nice location.
Okay, it's really cute, but how close to a city is it?
In terms of city, you've got Cheltenham, which is about half an hour. You can get a bus literally at the end of the road, actually. Comes every hour. This is definitely the rural side.
It's really good. I absolutely loved it. It's very picturesque. I could easily live in the area, but I don't know if Kayla's ready to jump into that style.
So this is the property. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and 1 WC.
WC?
Water closet.
English charm. I like that. Although I'm still kind of hung up on the fact that it's only 2 bedrooms.
But it's only $1,600, so you are saving quite a bit there.
That's really good.
I didn't even know we could find something for that price.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, here we are. So if we go straight through to the living room, what do you think?
It's a little boxy.
But it's fully furnished, so sofa's included.
It's not really our style.
Yeah, and then the carpet too with the dog. Is that pretty common here in England?
Yeah, it is quite common to have carpet.
See, we had all hardwood floors in Charleston, but I guess that's getting used to living in a different country.
Okay, should we see another room?
Love to.
Yeah. This is the dining room / kitchen.
Okay, I like how it's nice and bright.
Yeah, that's a plus.
It is a little small, and again, I wanted that open concept feel. So in an ideal world, this wall wouldn't be here, and we'd have more of an open flow.
This is just the way we live, so you'll hopefully get used to it.
It's way under what we planned on. So I think we can manage.
But the kitchen is my happy place, and I don't feel too happy here. I feel a little boxed in.
The price is very, very good, which is important for me, but I know it's not what she's looking for.
Okay, so we'll just go up the stairs. Just to the left is the main bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm noticing a bath, but no shower.
It's a detachable shower head.
But who holds it? Does he hold it while I take a shower?
So you just hold it yourself.
Okay.
Again, that is quite common in the UK. I think this is a bit of a reality check for them. Everything is a bit smaller in England and it's quite boxy. So I can see in their faces it's not exactly what they want. So we'll see what they think. This is the main bedroom. Yeah.
Kind of a smaller bed than what we're used to, eh?
Yeah, it's a little tiny. I mean, you're a cuddler.
I am. She hates it.
So that might be a problem for me. I'm gonna have to do like a pillow wall just to keep you separated.
So the guest bedroom is actually the same to this, next door, but it doesn't have an ensuite.
Just like the rest of the house, it's functional. I just don't get that feeling.
The proportions of the rooms are just smaller than what we're used to. And it's gonna be a change.
Brett is keeping his cards quite close to his chest, but I think the price is making a big difference on his thoughts and also being in such a lovely rural area. Kayla, on the other hand, is a bit more vocal. She's telling me everything she wants, and I think it may be a little bit of a struggle for Kayla to keep an open mind. So, this is the garden.
It feels a lot bigger than I thought it was from inside.
It's nice. I like how it's private with the fences. It's a nice little spot for a poutine to run out in. It is that quintessential feel. There's no cows for the property, but it looks like that country rural neighborhood that I was looking for.
No, and I can appreciate that, but I'd have to hop on a train or a bus to get into a city. And it is a little boxy. I was really hoping for more of an open concept.
We have to remember, though, we're not in the U.S., and it's just something we're probably gonna have to get used to.
I love how practical Brett can be, and that's kind of that evens me out. He's the yin to my yang. So I can appreciate the price, but I'm gonna be there 7 days a week from morning till night. So it's important that I feel good in the house.
This property is in the heart of Cheltenham.
Winnie refocuses to give Kayla the British city life she's after.
This is exactly what I pictured,
Don't think I'm gonna get my sheep and cows here, though.
which is not such a bad thing for me. England's definitely very different.
It's quirky, but I like it.
It's definitely quirky.
I was born and raised in Montreal, Quebec, in the suburbs. And I was always obsessed with living downtown Montreal. Beautiful, beautiful city, loved the culture. And so I eventually moved to the city, and then that wasn't enough. I needed more. And so I did my first Europe trip alone at 18. And I knew I needed to travel and expand my horizons. And as a singer, I took contracts overseas, and next thing you know, I was shipped off to Morocco. Following Morocco was China. After China was Qatar, Malaysia, and then Bahrain, which is where we met. And then we moved to Charleston, and we planned to move to the UK. So I put my work on hold, and I won't be singing for a bit, which I know I'm gonna miss, but we are very excited.
Yeah, traveling's addictive. You know, England's definitely the next chapter. Creepy.
It's a little sinister. Is this English humor?
I guess so.
Eager to re-embrace the love of travel that brought them together in the first place, they accepted Brett's new job and dove into England's Gloucestershire County, despite not knowing about the landscape, local customs, or career and singing opportunities for Kayla. But the real challenge is shaping up to be each other's expectations.
I would love to be in the countryside. Wake up early in the morning, we go out, see some cows and sheep, finish off with a sunset, glass of whiskey.
I'm by myself quite a bit, so, you know, a cafe, some shops would be great for me. Otherwise, would you feel comfortable coming home to your wife after 2 days of working and I'm talking to the sheep?
I'd be more concerned if they talk back.
This property is in the heart of Cheltenham. I was thinking a bit more for you, Kayla.
I can't get over how city this is.
Kayla is a lot more vocal than Brett. She wants open plan living in the middle of everything. This house is more for Kayla. However, it's not a countryside, so it may be a bit daunting for Brett.
I can't stop smiling. I mean, just walking up to this property, I feel the energy in the city.
It's in the centre of the pubs, shops. It's easy access to transport.
It's certainly a city feel.
I'm really happy so far.
Well, it's perfect for you.
That's ideal.
Don't think I'm gonna get my sheep and cows here, though.
Not this time, unfortunately.
Which is not such a bad thing for me.
This is the house here. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It's for $2,900.
That's low for what we're looking for.
I know, but look how proximal we are to everything. It's different. There's pubs, there's energy. It's fun.
Should we go and have a look then, guys?
I'd love
Yeah.
to. I definitely like the quirky English charm in here.
I like the blue and the white, very simple.
Yeah? You know, what's cool is you got us that open concept plan. I like that a lot.
Looks like all new appliances, too. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you like the farmhouse sink?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
So even though we're in the city, I feel like it has a very rural feel just because of how it was decorated.
Do you want to go and see upstairs?
Please.
You'll be glad to know that this is the only carpeted area of the house.
Wow, just the stairs.
Yeah. This is the 2nd bedroom.
Okay, it's quaint.
Still a little bit small, though.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what you're gonna get when you're in city center.
To me, the house seems a little disappointing. It was a smaller space, not to mention the cost, but I know she's very excited to be close to the city, and that's concerning because I'm used to seeing her try to push the boundaries.
Here's the bathroom.
I like the sloped ceiling. Once again, continue with the character of the house. There's an actual shower in here, which is great. And you have a bathtub, so best of both worlds.
Here we've got the main bedroom.
What do you think of the bed?
It is a little smaller than I was hoping. What size is this?
This is just your standard double.
Double, from a California king to a double.
Let's head back downstairs.
Okay.
So leading from the kitchen, you've got the little courtyard.
See, this is exactly what I pictured when it comes to downtown living.
Not quite as much privacy, though, with the neighbors.
I don't really mind. It's outside. The kitchen's adorable. It's right in the city center. We have that indoor-outdoor feel, the open concept.
$2,900 a month is still a little high. Probably gonna need more than one toilet. And not to mention, if we do take this property, my dream is sheep and cows are out the window.
Or was it really that good of a dream to begin with? It's a little bit worrying. We came here with some really big ideas. And my fear is that he gets the countryside, but then a couple months in, it might get to him, and then he'll realize that I was right. You got your cows. And I can walk into the town.
This is amazing.
Winnie might have a solution for their city-country conundrum, but...
I really don't want to burst your bubble. This is just way more than what we planned on.
But you can't put a price on happiness.
You can. It's $3,300 a month.
I think you're going into the marsh behind you. Are you doing this on purpose?
No.
Maybe our next date, we don't go boating.
Worked out differently in my head, but this is still great, yeah.
Brett, he is the yin to my yang. When I get too crazy, he calms me down, and when I feel like he needs lifting up, I feel like I kind of shake him up a bit.
I'm more of the relaxed, calm, chill person. Kayla's very much an extrovert. She does get very competitive, so sometimes we compete against each other, which doesn't annoy me at all. No.
And their latest competition has them at odds over whether to live in the city where Kayla can feel connected during Brett's long shifts, or the country where Brett can relax when he's not working. Winnie thinks she's found a compromise on location, but there might still be a hitch.
This one is a bit of a reality check for them. Brett's got his countryside in the back, and Kayla's got about a 10-minute distance into the Cheltenham town centre. However, they are going to have to pay the price for that. This property is just on the outskirts of Cheltenham. It's about a 10-minute walk into the high street of Cheltenham.
Okay, that's great.
And there's easy bus routes, a bus stop just outside the property.
I know, I saw one going by.
Okay. The only problem is this seems very city, especially with all the heavy traffic.
It does. However, the back of the property, it does have that country aspect as well. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms.
Wow. See, that'd be more than enough room.
But it's $3,300.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's even higher than I was thinking.
It is a lot. However, I do think you really need to see this property. Okay, welcome, guys.
Wow, it's nice and bright in here already.
Wow.
Wooden floors.
Yes.
Oh.
That actually flows all the way through to the kitchen.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow.
Look at all this space.
This is stunning.
Oh my gosh, I can actually see TV while I'm cooking now.
I feel this breaks away from that traditional English feel, but at the same time...
It ties it in with the outdoors.
Exactly.
I thought you'd like this room. It is quite exciting.
I can see why the price is $3,300 a month.
I can too. This is absolutely fantastic.
Just looking at my wife's face, I know that she's fallen in love with the property. However, I have not won the lottery recently, so unfortunately, the truth is we can't afford it.
Here we've got the main bedroom.
Wow, I love those built-ins. Everything is so hidden away. And look at the size of the bed.
I know, it's massive. It's a little more what we're used to.
Now we don't have to cuddle.
What do you think of the ensuite?
It's great. I mean, it's tiny, but it has a full shower.
Perfect.
Right, guys, there's the guest bedrooms up here, so it's gone up.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, it's cute.
Tight fit.
Little tight, eh?
The bedroom opposite is identical to this, and there's also a bathroom as well on this floor. I think this is where it adds the English charm to it.
Yeah. There was such a wow factor. It was like walking into a showroom. The downstairs had such an open concept, and then you go up kind of like a windy staircase, and it's like you walked into like a fairy tale a little bit. It's like a dream come true. But the harsh reality is Brett's really not gonna go for that price.
This is the garden.
Oh my gosh.
This is exactly what I pictured.
You got your cows.
Yeah? Do we own the cow field too?
No, so I thought best of both worlds. You can look at the cows and you don't have to look after them.
I like that.
I love it. I love the indoor-outdoor feel. Have a barbecue right there on the rock, and then come up here and at night have a glass of whiskey overlooking the cow field. It's the best of both worlds. The only thing is the price.
Look, guys, Gloucestershire is an expensive area. To get everything that you're wanting, this is the price that you're looking at. Kayla seems to be really falling in love with this property. It's everything she wants. However, I'm quite surprised by Brett's reaction. Brett's got his lovely countryside in the back, but I don't think he's willing to go up to this amount.
This is just way more than what we planned on.
But you can't put a price on happiness.
You can. It's $3,300 a month.
I mean, I found the dream property, and the nightmare would be that I have that in the back of my mind forever, and we can't actually achieve it.
Can Kayla convince Brett to break the bank for her big dream? Or can he wake her to the reality that stretching their finances too thin is the real nightmare?
Honestly, what do you feel? Look how pretty this is.
Isn't it?
Definitely nothing like this in Charleston.
Kayla and Brett are excited to explore a whole new country with his job transfer from South Carolina to Gloucestershire, England. But so far, all they've found is that their location expectations contradict, and the price point to fix that could be perilous.
We realized we can't afford the perfect house, so since we live downtown Charleston, why not try something different from the city life?
Not gonna happen. The traditional English house. It was way under budget, just like you wanted.
It is that country rural neighborhood that I was looking for.
But I'd have to hop on a train or a bus to get into a city. It's a little small, and again, I wanted that open concept feel.
This is just the way we live. So you'll hopefully get used to it.
Converted garage.
That was a really cool property. It was in the middle of town. See, this is exactly what I pictured when it comes to downtown living.
Not very rural, unfortunately.
No room for the cows, but I think there's a lot that makes up for it.
The show home.
It was perfect. The city is so accessible. And you said you wanted your livestock.
I did. I just didn't realize how expensive it was going to be. Wow.
Look at that view.
That is incredible.
That's stunning.
This is exactly what I pictured. The only thing is, this is just way more than what we planned on.
I know, but you can't put a price on happiness. Honestly, what do you feel?
The logical choice is the traditional English property. You can't beat the price, and I absolutely love that country rural style. Here in the Cotswolds, we need to take in everything that it has to offer.
I completely agree. But for me, that means I can integrate myself into the city and into the culture. The converted garage is right in the city, and everything is so accessible.
But I don't think that I would be happy with it.
Okay, honestly, one of the properties gives me my city and you your cows and your sheep. It has every single thing we asked for.
Right, but we're only on one income right now.
And I can appreciate that, but my plan is to start working as soon as we're settled, and then I'll be contributing to it.
Oh, I just feel like we're really jumping off a cliff here. But if you feel confident that you can find that job, then let's do it.
I think we should take the leap. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, we lucked out with the weather.
It's such an adventure.
It is absolutely an adventure.
I mean, there's always something to do, even if it's just a stroll just in the city. He's been a lot of work.
Is this true?
And he misses you.
Is this true? Our daily routine depends on whether I come home on a weekday or a weekend. If it's a weekday, I let her work.
I have a new job in real estate, and I absolutely love it. He'll come home, and if I'm working, we'll be able to at least take a lunch break together. It's been great. And on the weekend, we say every Saturday that we're gonna get errands done. We don't. We end up walking around a sightseeing.
Oh, this is cute.
English transplant Amanda is back in her hometown of Columbus, Mississippi,
I'll take you to England with me.
for a dose of Southern living at her brother's house before buying her first home in England.
I'm gonna get you. I have been living in England for the past 6 years. That's where my husband's from. I'm back here in Columbus to visit my family, so they were able to meet our twins.
Her move to England was bittersweet. I knew she wanted to be there. I knew she was in love. Knowing that made the transition easier.
What's this? Is that a bowl or a ball?
I was very surprised how quickly Amanda picked up the English accent. But after about 30 minutes of me, she is back to a Southern drawl.
I like to think of my accent as a Southern accent, just delicately seasoned with a bit of British.
While her accent may now be more teetotaling than twang, her ideas about spacious living are all American.
Is that a walk-in closet? Walk-in closet? No way. I'm really jealous. I'm used to having loads of space for people to come and visit. It's so big. What we actually will end up buying, I think it will be a little bit of a shock to the system. Okay, here we are.
See you again
See you again soon. Even though Columbus, Mississippi's my hometown, at the end of the day, I can't wait to get back home, and I do mean England. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The 4,500-mile flight takes Amanda and the twins from her family in Columbus, Mississippi, back to Derry in Hertfordshire, England. The quaint county of Hertfordshire became an English shire in the 10th century. This historic area is comprised of several small towns and villages. Its convenient location, 25 miles from London, makes this charming locale a commuter's paradise and a short trek to Darren's government IT job in London.
Travel is excellent for me and good prospects for the children with schooling.
Raising twins Evelyn and Addison requires some space.
At the moment, we are renting, but it's not really a family living space. We've never been to that pub, have we?
No, we haven't.
Our budget is 400,000 American dollars. I can't help but think what that could buy in the South. Are you excited?
Yeah, very excited.
The couple hopes their real estate agent can lessen the sticker shock of buying in London's high-priced commuter belt.
Reality check, I think, for Amanda is in the States, for the price of she could have much more room.
Hello. Hi.
What sort of properties are you looking for?
We have 18-month-old twins, so 2 beds, 3 if possible. It's important that we have a house that we can grow in, a friendly village.
Fairly close to the station. I work in central London.
What are you sort of exactly looking for?
That's where we're probably a bit split.
Yeah, we
I
are.
prefer a modern...
And yourself?
I like an old, traditional English cottage.
I tend to slide towards the newer type of property.
My husband could live in a cardboard box, and so it's more, I think, catering to me than him.
I think I'm going to have a little bit of a challenge on my hands. She likes more traditional cottages. He likes modern. Might have to try and find something a little bit in the middle.
At $365,000, House 1 is a 2-bedroom in the village of Stansted Abbots. Although under budget, the modern build is far from traditional.
I think the property in Stansted Abbots would suit exactly what they're looking for. This house is quite modern. Whether this will be a little bit of a problem, I'm not too sure yet. I'll have to see what they think. Should we go and have a look?
Yes, certainly.
Please. Okay. We go into the lovely large entrance hall.
Oh, yeah, this is nice.
Spacious.
We go straight through into the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Nice and light as well, isn't it?
It is. It's got a lovely window that brings in a lot of light. Living room, again, lovely, lovely light room.
That is light.
It's small.
The reasons, I think Amanda's probably a bit standoffish. It's just generally down to the size of everything. I've lived in the UK all my life, so it's never ever been an issue for me.
Is this considered a normal size lounge?
For this type of property, yes. Probably used to a bit more space. Yeah. And this is the master bedroom.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's good.
It's fairly good size.
It's a strange size. I kind of envisioned something a little bit more quirky, maybe a cottage feel, something very English.
Want to have a look at the second bedroom?
I would.
You can definitely get 2 cots in here.
Okay. I like this room. I
Yeah?
think it's perfect for 2 babies.
Bathroom, if you want to go in and have a look.
Wow.
It's nicely all white tiled as well.
Yes. It's tiny. This is it. This is the bathroom.
Let's just get 2 people in here and see
Yeah.
what it feels like.
I'm just thinking bathing 2 babies and all of us in here at bath
Yeah.
time. I have to keep in mind that I don't live in America anymore.
Yes, so you have to be open-minded.
Places that we rented, they'd be no bigger. She's going to have to get used to it, I think.
So it's definitely good value for money over here. Anyway, I'm not sure quite what you're used to. really nice pub.
Southern belle Amanda crossed the pond for love.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
And married an Englishman.
Thank you.
Now, after years of renting, the couple is ready to buy their first English home.
I love England. I love the culture. My idea was that I would live somewhere quaint with little cottages all in a row.
I'd like to tend to slide towards a newer property.
What do you think of the area? You know?
It's quite a family sort of community here, so lots of families come in.
It seems very family friendly.
Yeah, definitely.
And the people here are really nice. Do you know anything about local play groups or anything for children?
I think there is actually one just up the road.
It's good, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it?
While scoping out the local scene has offered them some comfort,
Quaint.
the house hunt is proving to be a challenge.
Amanda, you know, wants the old sort of Victorian-style cottage, very old, very English, whereas Darren wanted something a bit more modern. So, again, one of them's going to have to compromise. Which one? I'm not sure yet.
Having catered to Darren's modern sensibility with House 1, Katie now tries to please Amanda with a traditional English cottage located in the village of Hertford Heath. The $349,000 property is under budget, but is undergoing major renovations.
I've brought you to a lovely village called Hertford Heath.
Okay.
The
train
nearest
station.
train station is 5 minutes from here.
Okay.
Yeah,
But not walking distance.
Not walk. No,
it's not walking
possibly not.
distance, no. Right, shall we go and have a look?
Yeah,
Let's
yes,
go.
please.
Here we are.
Right. So this is an ongoing project, yes?
It does affect in the price.
Okay.
Let's go and have a look inside then.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yep.
And we come straight into the living room.
Wow.
What do you think?
You're speechless, I think. I mean, you know, it looks like a lot of work.
I know it needs, you know, some serious
needs some work.
TLC. However, it all is cosmetic.
Initial thoughts when we walked around the corner, I must admit I was a bit taken aback.
It is so English. This is what Americans think that the English people live in. It's very sweet.
Okay. Would you like to look at the kitchen?
You're panicking.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You're panicking now.
Yeah. How much work have I let myself into?
Again, very quaint, very cute.
But it's perfect for this
Yeah.
house, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's back here? A
Conservatory.
There's no grass. I said grass, didn't I?
You did,
Your
yeah.
accent's
I know,
back.
I sounded American then.
We come in here to the master bedroom.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it is a good size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
As I said, Darren, don't worry too much about these. That's just literally got to be relayed.
Okay. I like the little, the bay window.
Bay windows, yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch.
Amanda, your accent's disappearing. Where's it going?
I know. It just takes a little bit of time at home. I go back to that southernness,
Yeah.
you know, saying things like, oh, that's nice, and can I have some ice in my tea? I'm still a southern girl.
Pop your head in here.
What is this?
This is the second bedroom.
Oh.
Really? But it's still tiny, isn't it?
This is a bedroom for 2 babies? Okay. This is an American closet. Right.
Okay, let's get out of this room.
I think it started to dawn on Amanda that this is really what a period cottage really is.
First opinions, what do you think?
It needs some TLC.
It needs a lot
it
of
does,
TLC.
yeah.
But I like it.
You like
it's
it?
Cute from the
Surprisingly.
Let's go.
Go down to the river.
After falling for a Brit, Amanda fell in love with the English lifestyle.
I love England. I really love the quaintness, all the little cottages. It's very chocolate box.
The boat's over there, look.
Now she and Darren want to raise their young twins in Hertfordshire County, an ideal location for the whole family.
This is a village that we can stay.
Travel is excellent for me and good prospects for the children with schooling.
You see the boats, Addison?
Where Mummy's from, she doesn't get boats like this. People boats that you can live on the river.
Hertfordshire's historic canal system transported Britain into the Industrial Revolution and put the county's businesses on the map.
They've got TVs and stoves and they're all self-contained.
Now the stretch of waterway provides alternative living for some.
They pitch up and then they go somewhere else the next day.
Quite neat, isn't it?
It is neat.
And for this family, a picturesque way to spend an English afternoon.
Let's get a boat. So maybe when we're old and grey, we can get our house.
Yeah.
But the first purchase this couple needs to agree on is a house on land.
Want a cottage? I know that you're more interested in having something a bit more modern.
Yeah.
For House 3, Katie offers up what she hopes is middle ground, a 3-bedroom in the commuter town of Hoddesdon. But the $405,000 price tag means more space comes at a cost.
We've had, you know, the old cottage, we've had the modern. This one's the 60s, you know, it's right in the middle. It is bigger than the other properties. Wanted to give them the option of seeing what they could get for their money in more of a town position. It is on for 250,000 English pounds. That's a lot of money. The station is about a 5-minute drive from here. It's quite close to the train station,
Yeah,
isn't
obviously
it?
that's a plus for me, getting in and out of work. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go have a look. It's
I like that.
so handy to go
A
straight
lot more
onto.
spacious than I thought it would be when you first walk in.
Yeah, it's light as well. The kitchen is a bit of a funny shape.
It is. The layout is a little bit unconventional, I think.
Yeah, I quite like it.
it.
Like this little dog leg piece of the kitchen in the dining room area. Initially, we walked through the door. I think quickly it warmed to me.
Again, this is a lovely area in here. Space.
This is nice.
It is, isn't it?
It's
This is
quite
great.
a large room.
It's quite a spacious room, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look out here.
Oh, no, this is nice.
Yeah, this is.
So again, you can
lovely.
watch them play.
I like this.
And in the summer, you know, barbecues, get a nice table outside.
We've talked about decking it. We would like,
We
you know,
have.
this kind of thing we'd like. Yeah.
Yes. Lovely room. You like this property, don't you?
I do. Yeah. It does remind me of my family home. My
Oh, does
parents'
it?
home. Yeah. I've got to admit, it is maybe because it reminiscent from my parents' place.
This bedroom is currently used as the master bedroom.
I like it.
Yeah, nice big square room. That's good. I like that.
It's a nice size.
It's good size.
This one, again, is a double bedroom.
It feels a bit more enclosed, doesn't it? I don't think I'm sold on the town location as much. After seeing the other properties in the quaint villages.
I know you did want to go for the village sort of feel anyway.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to show you what you could get for the price a bit further away from the villages.
Okay.
You like the property?
I do. Yeah, I do like it.
Okay.
A lot more than you, I think. You think it would be an easy decision, but it's not.
Amanda and Darren have chosen the English county of Hertfordshire to raise their young family.
Want to go see the ducks? This is a village that we can
Yeah, I've got a
be
good feel for
rooted,
staying
can't
for
we?
a good few years. The travel is excellent for me and good prospects for the children with schooling.
But with differing ideas about their dream home, someone will need to compromise.
So it's decision time, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
House 1 is a 2-bedroom located in a quaint village, but the modern space lacks character.
It's a brand new property. It's very cookie cutter. All the houses on the street look the same.
I can see the potential there to grow as a family. Good sized rooms.
It's
Oh,
small.
this is nice. Good for travelling to London for me.
It is.
House 2 is a cottage under renovation, but its potential charm can't hide its lack of space.
It's exactly what I sort of envisioned for our first house. Just something with lots of character.
But space.
This is the second bedroom.
Oh.
Really?
Do you think we'll outgrow that quite quickly?
I think we will, yeah.
House 3 offers more space while treading between modern and traditional, but its location may be less than ideal.
You love that property.
I did, yeah, because it reminded me of childhood.
Yeah. The layout is a little bit unconventional, I think.
I quite like it, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
We've really been trying to decide to get a house in a village, and that's very much town living. We need to omit one. The 60s terraced house in Hoddesdon. It's not in a village.
No.
And that's kind of what we wanted, isn't it?
So what do you think? We should just wipe that one away straight away?
I do.
Yeah, we'll drop that one then.
It's down to the 19th century period cottage and the townhouse. I really like the cottage, as you know.
Yeah, of course.
Has all those quirky little things about it that I really like.
Pretty much every room was smaller than we maybe hoped. And for our family to grow, there's
no room, is there?
So we look at the St Albert's property. It's a new build, isn't it? Which is
not really what I wanted. But it was OK. I liked it.
We've got to think of our family rather than...
The dream that I kind of thought I wanted. So the property that we are going for is going to be...
The townhouse.
The townhouse.
Yeah, in St Albert's.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Amanda and Darren compromised with a modern home for him, set in a quaint village for her, and came in $35,000 under their $400,000 budget.
Evelyn, let's go see the ducks. I think that my expectations of England are exactly the life that I'm living.
See them? Madison, see that?
It does definitely feel like home.
That's right.
Quack, quack, quack. Can you say apple? Apple, Evie. The kitchen is a lot smaller than what I'm used to, but it's cosy and just perfect for us. This is our favourite room. The twins like to play. I think the only thing that is a big adjustment is lack of space, but it's just having to retrain my mind. I probably never really will.
No, I don't think you will.
Yeah.
You go to sleep.
The twins have definitely enjoyed the house.
This balloon was kind of the first development at the Great Park. I'd been working on and off on this project for quite a long time.
A city planner and a car designer from two different worlds.
As soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, fantastic British accent.
Share a deep love for each other and Orange County.
That's an amazing view.
It's an amazing view.
For David, it lights a creative spark.
It really balances out the car culture with a lot of green and sustainability. I get really excited seeing all this asphalt. It'd be great to run some cars down there.
But for Michelle, it's home.
I sort of grew up here. I just have so many family and friends and colleagues here. I'm gonna miss it a lot. Jeez, that was windy.
A fulfilling life is hard to walk away from, but a relocation to England offers a chance at lifelong ambitions.
My company's offered me a great opportunity to start a small studio there. The dream is to get reconnected with the classic automotive world there.
I've been very active in Middle Eastern dance. I've never had the opportunity to dance professionally and also teach. I've always wanted to. I'm extremely nervous, but I'm looking forward to, having an adventure in my life and trying something new.
Hey, take care. Good luck.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye. After 7 or 8 years here in California, it's going to be a tough transition.
My family are probably the most important people in my life. That's going to be the hardest thing, is being away from them. It's really hard.
David and Michelle leave the contemporary life behind and make the 5,500-mile journey to historic southern England. Just a 2-hour drive west of London is the rural county of Wiltshire. The area's striking green pastures are home to many ancient landmarks. Its most famous, the iconic Stonehenge. Wiltshire's many villages entice buyers with abundant land and quaint dwellings.
It's old and historic. I'd like to be connected to the English cultures.
How you doing? I'm James.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Giving Michelle a quintessential English lifestyle that agrees with David's modern standards will be a challenge. Real estate agent James Dearsley gets the job.
We've got sort of some unique needs.
What is unique? Tell me.
I have a collection of cars. I'm trying to find somewhere that actually could house the cars.
I'd love to have a dance studio.
I'm really looking for something contemporary and modern.
We're looking for at least 3 bedrooms because we want to have the opportunity to grow our family.
So I have to find you a large, modern house?
Yes.
And you've come to probably one of the most historic areas of the whole country.
I know.
What budget are we talking about?
We'd start to look around the £400,000.
£400,000. I'm going to have to find a way of telling them that a 4-bed for £400,000 or $640,000, that's a tough call.
To test the waters, James starts in southern Wiltshire, where Michelle can get a feel for English country living.
Nice area.
Yeah.
If they want location, if Michelle needs roots to set down, here is ideal. Welcome to the corner house. 4-bed, 3-bath, $640,000.
Okay.
Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, let's go.
I think it's a very pretty area, very pretty town.
Also, I mean, it was just interesting to see kind of that castle feel to the, the exterior.
OK, come in.
Okay.
First impressions.
It's what my mum would say is a proper house. It's very traditional, not very modern, James.
That's not a great start, is it? OK, well, look, let's reserve judgment. And then you come through into the kitchen.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's definitely workable, like if, for making food and things.
Right, come into the double garage. You got it? Now, how's this in terms of space for your cars?
Need a bit more space, sort of about eight or 9 cars, maybe.
8 or 9 cars?
Yeah.
OK, fine. I think we better go to the other side of the house where there's room for expansion on your house. This is the wasted space you've got here. So, yeah, planning out here maybe for another bit of outbuilding, maybe 4 or 5 cars. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly. At least for you, we can build on that, but for my studio, it's going to be a little bit difficult.
OK, so we'll head into the master room first. So you've got a lovely, well, it's pink. But
It's pink!
A pink bathroom suite in here for you, OK?
I think the pink bathroom was a bit of a highlight.
I think that was a highlight. I kind of almost liked it.
We'll keep it pink for the moment.
OK.
See the rest of the room in here.
Okay.
Now, I mean, it's good size.
I'm not so sure about the ceilings and the walls. I feel it's a little bit claustrophobic.
We'll go to the second room.
That's an interesting space.
Every time I see mirrors, I think about dancing. It could be a dance room, but this would probably be like on the low end of space. I can see that there's that kind of quirkiness about it.
I think living there would drive me crazy. It's the British obsession with, small rooms.
David poses the largest challenge. If they want to step up to that modern level, they're going to have to up the budget.
There you are.
Thank you.
We've got some Morris dancers dancing today.
Really? I'd love experiencing other cultures. I'm from California, and this is really, really new to me. I'd love to find out more about Morris dancing.
Well, it's quite old, but no one's sure exactly how old.
I've been very active in Middle Eastern dance.
Perhaps you'd like a gozen? Yeah. Like a shot?
I love learning new styles of dancing.
In the pursuit of passion, both David and Michelle said goodbye to a comfortable life in the States.
I'm a chief designer within the automotive industry. My company's offered me a great opportunity to go back to start a small studio.
For this innovative designer, the transition back to historic Wiltshire is complicated.
Find the sort of contemporary design property in the UK is very difficult.
I'd like to be able to kind of strike that balance between modern living and a very kind of historic place in the world.
Options at their $640,000 budget are scarce. But real estate agent James Dearsley isn't giving up.
Shaftesbury as an area is fantastic. If Michelle needs roots to set down, here is ideal.
This would probably be like on the low end of space.
Need a bit more space, sort of about eight or nine cars. I think living there would drive me crazy. It's the British obsession with, like, small rooms.
To spark David's interest, James knows he'll need wow factor. He tries his hand 30 minutes away in the heart of the English countryside.
Oh, it's gorgeous! I love it.
You wanted quintessentially English.
Yes.
I have got it for you. Took a gamble here on 2 levels. Number 1 was sticking with a traditional element.
How many years young is this building?
1743.
Wow.
All right, so this is properly old. And number 2 was the budget. We're looking at £600,000.
Okay.
All right, so we're looking
Pretty high.
You know, if they really wanted something like this, you know, 4-bed, 2-bath, that's what they had to go for. So I'm pleased I took the gamble.
Oh, cool. Oh, yes, high ceilings.
Yes.
Much better.
This is great, very genuine,
Yeah.
almost palatial. I didn't expect such an old place to be quite so appealing.
You probably don't get these in Orange County, the old Argos.
No! What is this?
You can cook anything you want in here.
Oh,
with multitudes of ovens and
Yeah.
you know, hot plates on here, which like this as well. Fantastic thing to do. So.
The kitchen and that Argo, you know, being
Yeah.
the centre of the house was really, really good.
So
Yeah.
warm and cozy.
This is kind of like the more formal dining area.
It'd be a really awesome place for, like, dinner party.
This might even work for a dance room.
Could be.
Could
It's about the right
possibly.
size.
But, you know, we can be flexible.
I like this.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's a good problem. We've got multifunctional rooms.
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's go and see the rest of the house.
Okay.
Get into the master bedroom, complete with 4-poster bed.
Well, I don't think we would keep that, but but it's kind of cool. I guess it suits the house. I mean, yeah.
It's a part of English history.
Okay, okay.
All right, let's head onwards and upwards. Right, just out here, I've got a little treat, all right? Something completely unique. If you buy this house, it comes complete with its own post box.
Post box.
Post box?
Just behind you.
Oh, wow.
Oh!
Oh, fantastic.
Maybe one house in the whole of the UK which has got this, and this is this one.
Oh,
all right,
how cool.
truly unique.
That is very unique.
Now, I'll show you what I'm thinking in terms of your cars as well,
Okay.
all right? Now, is that big enough?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. There's probably room to grow this or extend it as well.
Am I on the right lines? Are we getting there? Are we
Yeah,
there?
this is pretty good. It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah. It's not what I was expecting,
It's a little bit more expensive.
which I guess is only, you know, to be expected,
Yeah.
trying to get what we're trying to get in a house. But I think it's got potential. Quite like it. It's the biggest tourist attraction in Wiltshire.
Yeah.
So the main part of it's like 2,500 years BC.
So ancient.
David and Michelle met in Orange County and connected over a love of California and coffee.
I think I bought you the first cup of coffee.
Maybe you did.
A move to historic southern England is a shock to the senses.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The area's pretty special, really, isn't it? Obviously, people have been coming here for a long time.
I think it's going to be a big challenge because the modern design that he's looking for.
I'm a bit of a design purist.
Yeah, take a picture. But I'd like to be in a place that also allows me to be connected to the English cultures.
House 1 delivered on budget and local charm, but not on space for David's car collection or Michelle's dance studio.
It's what my mom would say is a proper house. Not very modern, James.
House 2 was way over budget, way out of town, and very traditional. But surprisingly, a hit.
Oh, it's gorgeous! I
Beautiful.
love it.
And even David saw potential.
I didn't expect such an old place to be quite so appealing.
David poses the largest challenge. I've got to try and find them something modern in one of the most traditional and historic areas of the country. That's a real challenge.
Real estate agent James Dearsley has a surprise for David 10 minutes down the road from Stonehenge.
Wow.
Bit different, hey?
So different.
I have worked so hard, tirelessly trying to find something which might be modern. You are not going to get this sort of property anywhere else.
That's extremely modern. Maybe a little too modern. I don't know.
In order to get this sort of thing here, it's rare. So we're kind of close to $1 million.
Yeah.
I swear I'd never get into such a big mortgage again.
Right.
But anyway, let's have a look.
Okay.
Yeah. Come in to the ultra-modern house. We're going to head into a room which I thought, Michelle, you might like.
Yes. Yes. Wooden floors, I love it. I'm so glad that we finally found a really appropriate space for my dance studio.
Come through into the pièce de résistance. Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's great. Living room and kitchen all together.
I'm not so sure. I don't know if I could handle having black.
This house actually really tested Michelle. Michelle's going to have to have some work put on to bring her around to this house. We've got double height ceilings up here, which obviously give you
seen this. Okay.
fantastic space. You've also got your mezzanine level.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right,
this is really great.
That's really cool.
Let's head upstairs. Into the master bedroom. Huge room.
Oh, wow.
That's big, yeah.
Oh, look at the skylights.
Skylight looks awesome in here, yeah.
The white floor is extremely white. White scares me a little bit.
The worry for me would be, you know, whether it's industrial nature of the place is livable. It's a lot of money they're asking. Is it gonna keep its value?
There's always going to be demand for this.
Right.
That's why the price tag is so high. What I really want to do is get you ignoring the budget again because I want to entice you into your cars, all right? Because from the bedroom, you can even see your cars.
No.
From the bedroom.
From the bedroom, all right?
Oh.
So
there's your garage.
You mean I can wake up in the morning and see Michelle one side of me and see my cars the other side?
What more could a man want? There you are, perfect.
That would be awesome.
All right?
Yeah, just what I want. I want to wake up and look at your cars.
Sometimes you have to chance it with a budget, see if you can stretch yourself up, because these sorts of things just do not come along.
Yeah.
Michelle was a little bit wary of how modern this really was.
It's really hard for me to visualize the human element and kind of how livable it will be.
There's some concerns financially.
This is such a cute place. Look, thatched roof.
UK native David Woodhouse made a break for California 8 years ago and met the love of his life.
Lovely fire. It smells
nice and warm.
Since he's been gone, much has changed.
The value of properties in the UK is just so high these days. I think my outlook on the budget sort of changed as we started looking.
House 1, a traditional English house at the top of their $640,000 budget, is low on space and style.
It's what my mom would say is a proper house. It's very traditional.
But it has one big pro for Michelle.
If Michelle needs roots to set down, here is ideal.
At $960,000, House 2, a 4-bedroom in the countryside, is way over budget.
That's pretty high.
And a lot of wow factor for David to work with.
This is great, very genuine, almost palatial.
The most expensive property, House 3, pushes the $1 million mark.
I swear I'd never get into such a big mortgage again.
The space fits David's modern design sensibilities.
That's extremely modern.
But its sparse style might be a little too cold.
I don't know if I could handle having black.
So, Michelle, what did you think of the corner house?
The village was really nice, but I think the interior wasn't right for us.
It would just need to be gutted and start from scratch. But it was on the budget.
Clanville Manor. I thought there was something really special about the authenticity of the place.
In my mind, the best traditional British you could imagine.
The modern barn.
I think the overall design is really good.
There were so many elements that were perfect for us. The fact that it had an amazing space for your cars, and finally, a decent space for my dance studio. I was so excited about that. And lots of future potential for our family as well.
Why is it always back to that?
So is there one that you think we can completely cut off the list?
Definitely. The corner house. There was nowhere to put cars. Let's just kill it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't right for us. Clanville Manor. There were a lot of really nice positives to this place. What did you think?
I love the proportion of that building, the spaces inside, the high ceilings.
Although it was beautiful, I just felt like it was just gonna take forever to get to civilization. The modern barn. So what did you think about the budget?
It's really high. but maybe it's worth it because I think, you know, long term it's got the most flexibility.
For me, it had so many positives, but I was really worried about the interior. It would be a struggle for me.
Michelle, it's the only place that really fits my sensibilities of design.
I think we could probably find a way to compromise, so yeah, that sounds good.
To ease their money worries, David and Michelle put in an offer of $900,000. After a tough bidding war, it's theirs for just under $1 million.
Now we've moved in, it's a real relief. Get everything set up properly, bring all my cars here, just getting life set up, you know, to live.
Okay, are you ready? Yeah. Good. It's been a big culture shock for me, more so than I expected, actually. I'm starting to feel like I can fit in here. The more people I meet, the more involved I get with my extracurricular activities.
I didn't want a sort of traditional British home. I wanted something, you know, distinct, unusual.
I'm really excited about this. I have lots of open space, and I think for David, he's going to be really excited to be able to hang out in his car area right there and be able to see me, and I'll be able to see him. There's plenty of space, there's plenty of bedrooms. It would be nice to have, you know, kind of little Michelle or little David running around.